Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we've got ourselves an early look at the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive WWE Ultimate Edition No Holds Barred 2-pack with Rip and Zeus. This thing looks amazing, and I was surprised but also very excited when this showed up, and we're gonna open it up and get a good look at it here today. So, let's start with the packaging. The entire thing comes in this outer box. You can see the side of it has Rip and Zeus printed there. We've got the WWE Ultimate Edition logo kind of embossed in a silver there on the front, and the No Holds Barred movie logo on the back. The top might be my favorite. What's that smell? Dookie! Great iconic line from the film. So let's open up this outer box to reveal the incredibly cool packaging on the inside here. One of the things that Mattel does so well is their con exclusive packaging. They always go all out for it. And for this particular set here, they made it look like an oversized VHS tape. So it looks like the No Holds Barred VHS cassette packaging, but all of the images are replaced with photos of the action figures that are inside of this packaging. It's really, really cool. Rotating it around to the side, we've got the No Holds Barred logo. The back, again, recreates some of the images like it's a VHS movie box, but recreating them with the action figures. And you got the stare down on this side here. Now, this is a slip cover, just like it would be on a VHS box, right? So we can remove this slip cover here and set that off to the side. And that reveals this incredibly cool faux VHS tape packaging. And what's really great is there's a little window cut out here. And let me make sure I can get the light shined in there so you can see that the action figures are standing there doing the face-off pose, which is really cool. But, I mean, look at this. The details on this are awesome. So it says right here, WWE Action Figure Ultimate Edition 2-pack, no holds bar, approximately 30 points of articulation. I love, like, some of the little details. Like, this is how would be how many minutes the movie is on an actual VHS tape, but approximately 30 points of articulation. Collector warning, it's the ultimate WWE action figure that collectors have always wanted, featuring advanced articulation, multiple swappable parts. So it's basically your copy information for what the ultimate WWE line is. Really cool stuff. And this deco continues on the backside here, so it even looks like the underside of a VHS tape. If you're wondering how big this box is, you can see it stands just shy of 11 inches tall, so it is pretty large. Now we should be able to remove this little insert right here, and that reveals our action figures doing the stare down on the inside of the packaging. Really, really cool stuff. And then right here it says additional accessories included, so it looks like we can open this part up right here. And yeah, look at that. Oh, that slides right out of the packet. Look at this. This is wonderful. So what I like about this is the type of packaging, great details in the background. This is the type of packaging that you should be able to put the figures back in if you want to. I mean, we've got rubber bands holding them in, but it's one of those packaging pieces where you can pull everything out and you should be able to put it all back in the box if you want to for a later date. If you decide you want to display them in the packaging, check that out. So a little box there with additional accessories, which includes alternate heads, alternate hands, and it looks like we've got them for both Rip and Zeus there. Look at that. Really, really incredible stuff. So packaging is fantastic. I absolutely love this. But let's go ahead and get all of the figures pulled out. We'll look at all of the accessories and just get a closer look at these action figures. All right, so we've got Rip and Zeus outside of the packaging so that we can take a look at them. I'm just going to bring in the tape measure to show you guys. Hogan stands just a bit over 7 inches tall, and Zeus is almost at a full 7.5 inches. So it does appear that he's a little bit taller than Hogan. You can kind of see it in the bodies there, like the chest is definitely a bit taller than Hogan. So that is really, really good. And we got a lot to look at with these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and set Zeus aside for the moment. We'll go ahead and start with the Hulkster here, or I'm sorry, we'll start with Rip. Rip him, brother! First of all, I want to talk about the face that's on him right outside of the packaging. Look at that face sculpt. that's totally the Dookie face, right? I mean, this isn't the correct outfit for the Dookie face, but that looks like the Dookie face. I want to point out that the pupil in the right eye seems to be painted a little bit lower than the left, but otherwise, man, the absurdity of this face that he's making is perfectly captured in this figure. I absolutely love it. This is a good time to bring up that this figure comes with a slew of accessories. Lots of interchangeable hands, 3 different head sculpts, lots of different accessories that you can put on the figure. So let me go ahead and bring over the different head sculpts here. You've got one that's kind of more of like a natural face, and then you've got one with the smiling face where he's kind of showing his teeth. And it's very easy to swap these off the figure. The head is just on a ball joint there. It's also worth noting, like, he's got his gold chain and cross on, and this is where you can easily slide this off the neck if you want to. But very easy just to kind of pop an alternate head on there. And all 3 head sculpts look pretty good. In fact, the more standard head sculpt and even the smiling head sculpt, I like those quite a bit. Those are really good, just Hulk Hogan portraits. I think they look really, really nice here. And the articulation on these guys, if you're not familiar with the Ultimate figures, we'll go ahead and get that out of the way right now. Of course, I showed you the ball joint on the head. You do also have the ball-like joints at the shoulder, so the arms can go outwards, forwards, backwards. You've got that extra point of articulation there where you can actually fold the arms way back, which is really, really awesome. Swivel at the bicep, double joints at the elbow, swivel at the wrist, and a hinge joint at the wrist. The torso does seem to be on a ball joint, so it rolls all the way around. You got the swivel at the waist. The legs are on those nice ball hinge joints, so they can go outwards, forwards, backwards at the thigh. You got a swivel cut at the thigh, double joints at the knees, which are hidden underneath these knee pads, which is very nice. And then swivel at the boot cut, and then the ankles, very tight on these figures, but they do go forwards, backwards. They kind of move side to side, but they're very, very tight on the figure. And then you also have the toe articulation, which is a bit loose on this figure, but you should be able to really pose these guys around. These are fantastic for recreating some of the iconic poses and such with these characters. And of course, to help out with that, all those accessories that we talked about. You'll notice that he's wearing the white strapped version of the championship that we saw in the film. This is a beautiful accessory. I mean, that gold vac metal on there, it's very, very shiny. It looks really awesome on the white strap there. So that is very, very cool. Now, in addition to that, to kind of finish off his look, we've got the white headband that says Rip 'em. Now, this can go onto any of those head sculpts, and the way it works is it clips on the head, and you can actually put it underneath the hair on the sides, which is really great for holding it onto the figure there. You can see it was real easy just to kind of slide it on, and it fits there right above his brow. It looks really great on all 3 of the head sculpts, which is very cool. And then we've also got his blue Rip 'em shirt. Now, this is Velcroed in the middle. It's got the slits in the back. So just like his standard Hulkamania type shirts, because of course you need to be able to pose him with him ripping that shirt off. So that is very easy to put over the figure. It's especially since you can just undo the Velcro on the front, slide it over his arms, and then you can reattach the Velcro. Of course, that just means he's always going to have that Velcro strap going down the front, but it's, kind of what we expect with a lot of the Hogan figures, I think. And then all of the different interchangeable hands. So you've got a pair of gripping hands, which is, of course, really good for your ripping the shirt open pose that you can do there. We've got some open hands. These are great. The way that they're shaped, they're like perfect for cupping around his ear, for doing some of his classic poses, but also good for chops and stuff like that. And then these are the best ones for this particular figure. You've got 2 hands doing the Rip 'em pose, that weird pose with his fingers. I have never been able to I think I'm pulling it off. It's always been hard for me to do. But hey, the figure can do it perfectly. And just so you guys know, it's real easy to swap those hands out just by pulling them. The little peg pops right out of the socket, and you can pop the new ones in its place. And now you can pose them in a variety of different poses to recreate some of the scenes from the movie. The Rip 'em hands are perfect. I really love this guy. I think there's a lot going on here. So many different ways you can pose them with all those different accessories. So very, very cool stuff. So that's going to bring us over to Zeus, complete with our nice tiny Lister likeness there, which even means the right eye is crossed. Yes, that's exactly the way it's supposed to be, which is incredibly cool looking on this figure. We've got the Z shaved into the side of his head, the left side of his head, and we've got two different portraits for him. You've got one that's gritting his teeth, and then one with the screaming mouth, the open mouth there. And again, just like with Rip, it's very easy to swap it off the ball joint there. So very cool stuff. And he doesn't have quite as many accessories, but we do have a few things that we can put on the figure there. Otherwise, he's just wearing the black tights. We've got the knee pads with the silver circles. I love the silver wrist bracers there. You can see the little added detail too. Like it looks like the little clasp on the underside of those bracers, which is cool. So the belt he's wearing can be removed, very similar to Hogan's championship belt. Can be popped right off the figure for his wrestling matches. And then to kind of complete the look, I mean, look at this. We've got his amazing entrance jacket that we saw him wear in the film. This is very easy just to kind of slide over the hands. It is oversized and huge and over the top and exactly what this should be. You can see it fits pretty good, sits on his shoulders there. And then we've also got a little headband with the Z on it. This can just slide over the top of either one of the head sculpts if you want to have him with that headband as well. And then he comes with the closed fists, but also has two open hands. So he only has two sets of interchangeable hands, but if you want to swap those out, again, you can swap those out just like the Hogan there. But this is amazing. Obviously, our first Zeus figure with the tiny Lister likeness, which is really, really incredible. Just a very fun inclusion. So there you go, my friends. There is an advanced look at the brand new WWE Ultimate No Holds Barred 2-pack with Rip 'em Rip and Zeus. Everything about this is pretty fantastic. I mean, the accessories, especially with Rip, are stellar. Really great likenesses on these figures. I love getting Zeus. I love representation from this very corny but very nostalgic movie. And of course, that VHS packaging is like icing on the cake. Really, really wonderful packaging. So as I mentioned, this is the 2022 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive set, so it will be sold on site at the convention if you're going to be there, but there will also be limited stock available on MattelCreations.com starting July 22nd at 9 a.m. Pacific time. No doubt these are going to sell out super, super fast like San Diego exclusives always do, but definitely set yourself an alert so you can try your hand at scoring one online. Very special thanks to Mattel for sending this over so we can get a good look at it outside of the packaging. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video, and until next time.